Hello again, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I'm Jack Talcott. Today we're going to talk about some things. Well, I want to push your imagination a little bit, maybe expand some of your old beliefs. Bear with me. I'm just going to double check my sound here. Something I forgot to do. Looks all right. Um, Today I want to talk about some things I've been observing about ego, about the titles, the names, the label of Christ or Antichrist, and what do those mean? Because in the world we live in, there's been a lot of lies and a lot of manipulation over the years, and I think everyone knows that. Hopefully they do. Hopefully whoever's listening, you realize that our governments are a sham. Our money is just make believe. It's all pretend. It's a monopoly world that we live in. Um, and so we are at a time right now in human history that's quite different than others. Obviously, that's what time does. It repeats, yet it is never the same. Um, So we are at a time in history right now where the human species has advanced in technology, in communication. The common man today has a lot more knowledge within them than in years past. You know, the literacy rates have increased. You know, if you think back through what you know of history, things are obviously changing. Now, in the books and the religions and many of the prophecies from the past, you know, there's stories and tales of a time where the world may change. They call it the apocalypse, the tribulations, the revelation. Those are Christian terms, but there's a lot of truth and a lot of facts in those meanings. So if you look at the world today, I've mentioned it previously, humanity is going through, I don't know how you describe it. How would you describe what humanity is going through these days? It's 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 disheartening, and yet at the same time it's quite empowering. And the difference between those disheartening and empowering is what you believe. And what we believe comes through our egoic conditioning. Now, the ego itself is not a bad thing. Um, this was pointed out in a previous conversation. A lot of people have an idea of ego and don't really, there's a lot of different terms for different words. But the ego is you. It is, I am my ego, my persona, my personality. I am a result of the memories and the environment and the conditioning that created me, as are you. So the egoic part of us is who we are. There's no escaping it. But within us, we are a totality. Just as the universe is a totality of one, there's no separation from within the universe. There is no separation from within you. Within you contains the light, contains the dark, contains everything that you've imagined, everything that you remember, and everything that you desire. It's all within you. So each of us are walking around in these human organisms, these biological technologies that we've been gifted. The body is a biological technology that we have been gifted for the experience of life. So within this human body comes the memories of our ancestors, um, comes the challenges and skills and talents we acquired in our childhood. All those things are brought with us, and what is brought with us into today is the ego. Now, let's bring it to the Christian, to the mythological terms of Satan and God and even the Christ. There is a creator, no doubt in my mind about that. So let's move past that. There is a God. Now, what is that God? What does that mean? Is it a being? Is it a man? What is it? It's something we don't know. It has never been seen as far as what I've heard, but many people have experiences beyond the physical and into the spiritual realms. And so my vision of the God, the creator, is beyond space and time. It has no limitations. It has no definitions, no names, or it is that all. It takes the forms that it wants, and it allows us to be in the forms that we are. So in the religious doctrines of the Christianity, there is the creator that Jesus, Yeshua, spoke of as the Father. And so in the story of the Christ and and the meanings behind his murder, because let's face it, the Bible contains a lot of stories of murder, a lot of stories of some disgusting human behavior. And the image of the man, the Christ, the being, was murdered. Jesus, Yeshua, was murdered by the police state. Look at the news. We still have the police state murdering people. Nothing has changed. So we've been given the example of the Christ, the one who is the balance of divine masculine, divine feminine, that which is graceful, loving, generous, kind, fearless, devoted to the Creator, devoted to life. That is the Christ. So what is the Antichrist? Well, if you take the premise that God is beyond what we can know, it is the ultimate of intelligence. It is that which reveals what is real. And what is real through the power of words creates in our minds what is true. So the Antichrist would be the one that opposes or tries to replace the image of Jesus that is within you. And to take it away from the name, if you just represent the energy, that energy of love that was represented in that being, that is the Christ. The Christ is love. Love is honest. Honesty requires truth and humility to truth. So the Christ is the truth and the love that is within you. Now, so according to that, the way to know the truth is through love, and the way to know love is through the truth. So you want to know God, you know the Christ. You want to know the Christ, you know God. Well, the Christ is within you, so you must know yourself. In order to know yourself, you've got to be honest. You've got to be truthful and humble and forgiving and compassionate to you in order to forgive yourself, to love yourself, to care of yourself. So that is what the image of the Christ is. The Christ is that generous outpouring of love that is available within you. Now, the Antichrist is the opposer. It's the one that opposes the truth. It's the one that accuses. It's the one who finds entertainment from conflict, from demeaning others, from insulting others, harming others. That is the Antichrist. We live in a world of paradox, reflections. Reflections and projections is what we are within the cosmic light show of being and time. I'm sorry, my mind wandered, and blessings to those who joined. Good day and blessings to all here today, brothers and sisters. Some of these chats, man, some of the people revealing their characters to each other today, it really makes you wonder, is there a God? And if there is a God, why does a God allow such insanity? Why does a God allow such horrible things to happen in this world? I mean, let's face it, there's wars going on, there's oppression, there's people in prisons, there's people sleeping in the streets. So why? Why would God allow us to suffer? There has to be a meaning. One of the meanings is obviously suffering promotes change. When we don't suffer, we get comfortable, and if we get comfortable, we're not going to change. But if you want to live is to grow. The Antichrist is what prevents us from growing. The Antichrist within us, the egoic, primitive, beastly nature, it is within you. So if you want to unite with the Creator, mentally, spiritually, you've got to overcome the limitations in your mind, connect to the infinite intelligence that is within you, because it is there. The intelligence of the divine is within each of us, but it requires us to go within in order to discover it. But I tell you what, once you go within and you discover your value, once you discover your self-love, your purpose, your reason for being you, when you discover that, it makes it so much easier to see the good, to see the talent, to see the potential in others. And if we want to build a better world, it's going to require better people. That includes you, whoever's listening. That includes me. Now, I've been on my own path of self-development and inner work for a few years. If anyone does have interest or has questions about doing their own shadow work, going within to overcome that which was, I am very happy to share my perspectives and my opinions. But see, this life thing, while it's not easy, it can be simple. It really can. Once you convince your mind to accept that simple is available, it starts to appear. I've got someone here identifying themselves as Mark Passio, but I'm confident that is not accurate. What the hell? Let's play along. This is my life to live. Hello, welcome.
Hi, my name's Brian O'Shea. That was a joke from last night. I'm laying in bed here, fucking, what a fucked up phone, Jack Talcott. Brian O'Shea, your favorite friend, dude. What's up?
It's good to see you. Welcome. The world famous comedian, actually the world famous Brian O'Shea. Comedian is just one of his talents and titles.
I was taking a nap here, going back and forth in chat with different things. Caught me off guard here, Talcott.
What are you thinking, brother?
I don't know. Feeling pretty good about my life the last few days, but you still seem to be caught up in something. You're gonna lose your house, Jack. Hey, did your family really get in touch with Paul? And your family and Paul are gonna sort of take over that property? Was that a true thing, or was that tongue in cheek? I thought I heard something about that.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because I heard that your family got in touch with Paul. I don't know, maybe it was a joke, but that and then they were going to turn it into like a halfway house kind of thing, and you were going to stay at the halfway house that Paul managed or something.
Sounds like another false narrative. So there's a lot of false narratives out there about me, particularly coming from Paul and Wizard and several others on the platform. But no, that's as far as I know. You know what? I haven't been in touch with my family. And so for them to talk to, I don't think they even know who Paul is. So,
But what if? Okay, what if that story wasn't? I got it wrong. But what if there was like a halfway house situation on Paul's property where it's not just addictions, it's like just for broken men. Now I'm not saying I don't need it, but you know what I mean? You'd be interested in something like that? We had a no.
I support the idea. I know of many people that have they're building or they have dreams of building a like a healing center, kind of a retreat thing, like you're talking about, a place for people to go receive support and a safe place for recovery. That's not my purpose. My purpose is rather to try and build a world where addiction and poverty, they're not as common. And it's really easy to do once people get out of their heads and get into their hearts. So,
Hey, oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, Jack. I just got really excited about something. Can I share it with you?
please.
Well, there's this little foxy fox down there named Jackie Fox, and she's showing you a lot of love, Jack. I don't know if you noticed that. She's a beautiful woman showing you a lot of love. Like, you're into that, right, Jack? You and her look like a power couple. I'm not gonna lie.
Brian, you are so funny, man. Um, there's many beautiful women in the world, brother. They don't all need to take your time and attention.
I
Okay?
know I'm a little out of control at the moment, but it's gonna settle down. My confidence is high. I got with a beautiful woman here soon, recently, and my confidence is high, so it's gonna balance out. I'm just on the other end of the spectrum now.
I'm glad to hear.
A little too high.
I hope to hear your story. I saw Wizard was live earlier and you popped up and then I just switched it off. I didn't pay him much attention this morning, but I do hope to hear how things are going for you. But so have you ever given consideration, you ever given thought to the words Christ or Antichrist, what they mean, what they might mean or how they might apply?
Yeah, we could get into that in 1 second, Jack. But let me finish this exciting thought I mentioned earlier. Can I do that?
Please, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good, Jack. No, you're good, man. I like when you smile, dude. You're Jack. Jack. This is gonna be great, bro. We're turning to something's happening, Jack. Something's in the air. We're
Amen.
okay. So there's Jackie, right? She's in chat. She's got her boyfriend or whatever they call it, her man friend, her companion, Joshua, right? Look at Talcott smiling. He's getting uncomfortable with this already. Relax, Talcott. Breathe. It's all right.
Keep going, man.
So I'm teasing, but so anyways, so Jackie was talking about, hey, yeah, you should visit O'Shea. And then I said, well, can I get some alone time with you? She's like, you got to ask Josh. So I asked Josh in your chat. I said, Josh, can I have some alone time with Jackie? He goes, well, that's up to Jackie. So it made me very happy to hear that. I was like, well, all right. I'm not saying Jackie will have alone time with me, but I don't know. Made me happy, Jack. I just needed to express that out loud. I couldn't type it in chat. I'm at 2%. I got a phone issue. That's why I'm kind of laying here. My charger phone issue is kind of wacky, Jack. But
So you thought coming on the panel might be a way to secure a better opportunity with
no,
that?
no, that happened during my like coming up on panel. This is I want to see you, Jack. I want to talk to you. That little extra bonus content was I might have to get off my phone here in a second, Jack. I might have to hop on your stream on my laptop because my charger situation's kind of hanky, as they say. Is that a word? Is that a phrase, Jack? Hanky? Is that
I
an old
think
school?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hanky, a little unstable.
Well, I'm actually not going to stay. I don't plan to go very long because, well, I have to conserve my resources till the end of the
Hey,
month.
Jack, when I meet up with Jackie, I don't plan to go very long either.
Hey,
That was a joke about premature ejaculation. I don't know if you caught it.
Brian, I know you're a man of humor and fun, but damn it, dude, I want to try and help you.
Okay. I need a lot of help, Jack. I don't know if you're the one to do it, but let's try. Let's go for it. This is good. Let's do it, Jack.
Okay. When we have those urges where attractive women take our time and attention, it shows that there's something within that you're lacking. Now, typically when we're looking to the other partner, to another partner, it's because we're lacking self-love. Okay. If you're looking to get attention from those outside of you, either online or especially with the other gender, the other partner, whatever, your mate, if you're seeking attention out there, that means you're inside. You within is seeking your attention. Okay. And it can be any number of things, but what I have found is the most common, Brian. The reason we seek outside attention when we don't have the validation within ourselves, it's because we're not pursuing our purpose.
Hey, you
And
sound a lot
Brian,
like Paul enslaved right now.
well, this is what I mean. Him and I are actually saying many of the same things. I just leave out the negativity and insults. That's that's why I don't understand why there's been such difficulty in communicating. But you know what? This is my life. And you said it already, Brian. Great things are happening, right? Things are changing right now every day.
But Jack, let's get in the now. You're about to lose your house. You're broke. Can't pay your bills, your internet. All right. Did I need to go there? You go ahead. Maybe I took it too far.
Well, okay. So if those things are true, which they are, so then what? What does that mean? Does that mean I deserve to be disrespected and insulted and mocked, or is that?
No. I'm just saying because your direct sentence before I said that was things are good things are happening to me and stuff. So you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Hey, brother. Yes, you were trying to bring me back into reality, right? Give me a reality check. But here, I'm going to take care of you. There you go. You back? Set up?
Oh, I'm better. Oh, thank you, Jack. Let me just get the phone plugged in. All right. Oh, God. You see me laying in bed? I'll fucking. Let me turn this one off, Jack. Sorry. Fuck. All right, Jack. We should be good now. I'm laying in bed, though, Jack. You there?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, and you were trying to give me a wake-up call because I am optimistic that things are changing today. And you pointed out the facts of my reality. Now, those are true right now, but right now I have a home, I have internet, I have no need of money, I have nothing that I desire or need at the moment. So life is amazing, my brother. All we have is the opportunities, right? Wizard, El Perro. Bullshit, Jack. You are repeating what others say and believing that you have a solution when in fact you have zero experience, and that is why people do not trust you. That is wrong. But I know from my experience with you, you don't give a shit about being accurate. You only care about proving yourself right. And that's why you run around blaspheming me and mischaracterizing me and slandering my name at every opportunity you can find. And El Perro, you're the one who preaches, right? The Christianity preaches the Christ, and yet you and Paul, I'm going to call it like it is, you and Paul are clearly the false light. The light of Christ is loving and strong. It is not insulting and arrogant and bullying and demeaning. That is nonsense. Let's see. Are you capable of an adult conversation today, Keith? I'm not sure if you heard me. Are you capable of an adult conversation today, Keith?
Well, of course I am. As long as you want to admit to the truth, because you sitting here saying that you're saying the same thing as Paul is bullshit. You are not saying the same thing as Paul. You are sitting there. You are sitting there.
What is different?
I'm telling you what's different. You are sitting there doing nothing, and Paul is a man of action. He's not sitting there not doing anything.
Paul sits around on a YouTube platform for anywhere from 4 to 12 hours a day, talking and complaining and blaming and restreaming. So, Keith, you proved yourself. You're not capable of an adult conversation yet. How you doing today, the grifter? Grifta?
What's going on, Jack?
Hi.
Hey, real quick, man. How long have you been like, I guess, following Christ?
2018.
2018. Now, did Jesus ever call himself a Christian?
Not that I know of. Probably not.
So I wouldn't put Paul and El Perro or label them as like Christians. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Okay.
They preach the scripture. That's what I mean. They preach the scripture, presenting a false image that they are Christians.
Okay.
Well, let me direct that more to Wizard.
Well, he don't say I don't think they've ever claimed to be Christians, so you can't say that.
They've claimed to be embodying the Christ. That is just absolute nonsense.
All right, so Wizard is probably one of the most people that I've met that is like all around knowing of what the scriptures, like he can actually pinpoint it, memorize it. He's got it down, right? So that book itself is a powerful book. Okay. Now, I guess what I'm trying to get at is you say he represents or he's bringing a false light. Can you expound upon that? Can you like explain that, please? Like, what false light?
I appreciate that question. I've answered it many times already, but what I'm talking about, the false light, is what you said. They retain the wisdom. The knowledge is in the head, right? And so the truth brings and attracts people there. But then you got to move beyond what is said and look at the behavior. Okay. Now,
okay. Go ahead, speak. I'm sorry.
Do you not see anything wrong with the behavior of Paul or Wizard? You know what? Just keep it general. But I mean, specifically, my experience has proven they are agents of chaos.
Well, you started the stream out, right? And you were speaking about, you actually asked the question if God is real because of the stuff and the suffering that happens on this planet, right? Yeah. So the bad things like that's a elementary question, of why, to even ponder that, you know what I mean? It kind of makes me steer away from anything you may even say.
Well, then that's foolish on you because you take those words out of the context of what I'm actually saying. Okay, so
that's why I don't want conflict. I just want kind of like an explanation. I just want to hear where you're coming from and try to hear you out. Maybe ask questions that draw it out. That we seem like we're trying to get to that point, Jack, where we hear you and we understand what you're saying, but a lot of the times we don't get that far. Maybe because of the arguments that go down or whatever, But we're trying to draw it out. You know what I mean? I want to know where you're actually coming from.
I've explained these things many times, and this is what I don't understand. If people actually listen to the words that I said, I've explained it in many different ways. I can explain the Christ and the Antichrist. I can explain God through the physical, through the psychological, through the spiritual, through the energetic. I can explain what I'm saying. Now, I come on here and I present myself the best I can as an honorable man, respectfully towards all those, even those who disrespect me. I withhold my anger. I withhold my contempt. But, you know, the Christ is, it is us, okay? It is you within that is beyond the thoughts, okay? The simple being.
So let me ask you, what is the true power of the Christed being? Is it because we're all bad people, we're all unworthy, right? We all have that in us, that we're all capable of the most evilest actions, right? So it's the power of that spirit inside of us to turn away from all of that and to walk in the opposite direction and don't do those things anymore. So that act of repentance and coming to that, you know, is a powerful thing. That's what I've experienced in my life, you know. And when we're talking about embodying or being more than just the words that are written down on that page, I would honestly have to say that Paul and El Perro are embodiments of the spirit of Christ, in my opinion. You know, the way they walk, the way they move, they're unshakable. They can't be, they're like
Satan is unshakable too, brother.
Yeah, but see Christ in the book, he was that, like, that one guy in when the world's in chaos and we're in that state where the state rules over us, right? He was that one man that seemed like he knew how to navigate and not be phased. He could walk on the water. You know, he wasn't phased by that government or Caesar or whatever you want to call it, Rome, you know. So to me, that's what those two gentlemen actually are doing in our time and right now.
In their words, yes. Okay. And in some, and in some of their actions, yes. Okay. Myself, this is what I don't understand. Okay. I've devoted myself to the way of the Christ. I've been studying the philosophies of God. I've been studying the sciences of the evidence that God has created. I've been studying how we work. I stand against governments, against the banking system, and against the dogmatic religions. So if anyone is embodying the Christ, it is not Wizard and Paul.
Yeah, but see, you said you studied all those. Have you applied them?
Yes.
You know, this is where Paul would get on you.
No,
you're taking that government assistance. You're literally taking it out of their hands.
I've heard his arguments many times. So again, if you want to focus on Satan's realm and judge me by the realm of material property that I have, you're right. I'm no comparison. Paul is way better than me. But you know what? You present yourself as a man. Right.
It's about the spirit overflowing into the physical, right? So if you really take grab of that spirit, you're supposed to overflow into the physical. So you got to bring them both together.
The Christ is love. The Antichrist is anger.
Not false love, though.
Fear. What?
Love. Pure love, not a fake love, not just the words "I love you, brother."
Right. You know, it's unconditional love demonstrated by the way we treat each other, through generosity, through kindness, through compassion, through care. That is the Christed spirit. Now, I have seen no kindness from Wizard, for damn sure. And he wants to bitch about being put in the back because he can't control his tongue. So
that's because y'all got a history, you know. So there's a personal history between you two guys. So that's where the drama comes in. So I understand that, but I also understands where he's coming from. Just like if I had a older brother, right, that was a knucklehead, and no matter how much I tried to like tell him what was right, he just went the other way. So if I know what he's doing is hurting him, and no matter how much I try to tell him that this would be a better route, he would just repel it and go the other way. That's still my brother. I still show him love, but sometimes I gotta give him a big punch in the chest to let him know, dude, get right, because I love you so much. I'm willing to scream at you. You know,
what if your brother is not only hurting himself, but he's hurting you? Because that's what Wizard and Paul have been doing to me. There's been no physical damage, but they claim that they're not doing anything wrong. But you know what they're harming? They are harming the truth. When people lie about others, and the accusations and the false representations of me that have been presented are downright, they're absolute lies. Okay.
Can you name one? Where's the lie? What you say, like you said they're false light. You still haven't given me an example. Where's the lie? What have they lied about, Jack? Please, I want to hear a lie that they have spoken to you.
Number one, they have presented themselves and to others that they say I am a man worthy of disrespect. That is the lie. And you know what, the grifter, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't mean to cut you short.
Thanks for your time, Jack. I'm just trying to dialogue, man.
You know what? I know, and I see what I think I see what you're doing. I believe your intentions are pure. I do appreciate it. Unfortunately, I am limited in my abilities to use this platform and stuff right now. So, and there's still a few more days in the month. I don't know what the future is going to reveal for me, if I'll be doing more of these or not. So,
but just so you know, real quick before I get off, man, I had left a comment, another video, I think maybe 2 prior. It was when you were during your live stream, and the people in this community where we've met you through Paul's community, we legitimately care about you. So when you went missing for those 3 days, there was a legitimate care amongst the people that show up there. Like, where is Jack? We wanted to see. Some people might have spoken differently, but there's really people out there that want to see the best for you, Jack. We want to see everything good happen to you, and we don't want to see you lose your house. We don't want to see any of this stuff happen.
I appreciate that. And if that's true, seriously, one of the greatest things anyone can do for me is to tell that piece of shit Wizard and that fucking narcissist Paul to back the fuck off of me.
I can't do that. I defend those guys.
I know.
And walk with them no matter how far life takes me.
I know. You can't. Whoops.
So I just can't do that, Jack. You can have your opinion, but that's far from mine. I just put that on the record. I would stand next to those 2 dudes till the day I die.
I know. You came up here and nobly defended them and nobly questioned me for having any sort of criticism of them. So, brother, hey, Godspeed. Thank you. No disrespect. I'm going to continue on. All right. And I guess this is my life. I've got plenty of people who claim to care, plenty of people who have opinions about me, plenty of people that will take my time and my attention. But I guess this is my life. People find the faults in me and reject what I say. Even when it's about me. So let me ask you guys, how often do you go to God and ask God what is true? I see many people going to Wizard for what's true, going to Paul for what's true, going to the authorities for what's true. How many of you go to God? Seriously, pleading and asking God, God, what is the answers I need? What is the understanding and the wisdom that I'm lacking? Why am I not able to see what is being said. You can blame, you can make excuses. And that is the division between the Christ and the Antichrist. The Christ made no excuses. As far as I know, he blamed no others. I don't know. All I know is my experience, and when I stopped blaming, when I stopped making excuses, I accepted accountability for myself. And when I did, I started to know who I was. When I started to know who I was, I started to know who you were. Because we're all just perspectives of the one creator. We're all part of God. So I'm tired. I've received enough negativity from the chats. People, supposedly good people, going around talking. You know what? I'm going to go pray. God bless you guys.